Today we're doing the Seedstead. I showed you guys the video if you watched it earlier in the week of the Spotlight series. These guys are based in Colorado, but the seed stock they sell is from an African heirloom seed company called the Livingston Seed Company, the largest in all of South Africa. So they have a cool connection. You can buy seeds that are more heirloom native to South Africa, African varieties. So it brings something different to the table, something unique. So you know we're going to see a few things in this seed haul that you're not going to find anywhere else because of the connection they got, you know, obviously. So we'll first jump in with this purple plum radish. Now it's really more like a bright pinkish red type radish, but it's called purple plum. So if you remember, something I mentioned about the seed packs is that they're kind of generic. So they all have basically the same picture. If it's a root crop, it's going to have this root crop picture on it. So I will try to put pictures right there for you so you can actually see what the fruits look like. Next we got a green sprouting broccoli. And these packets are great because they got lots of information for planting and harvesting and all that kind of stuff. So green sprouting broccoli, it's kind of a good thing to have if you're in a smaller area like we are. If you grow a big head of broccoli, it takes up a lot of time and space. Where if you grow sprouting broccoli, it gets little sprouts here and there. You can keep constantly picking off of it and picking off of it. And I know you can do that with regular broccoli, but really you can't do that until after it forms that big massive head, which takes a long time to get there. So I seen some okra on there that I had to grab because I had never seen it before. It's called Jing Orange. And it's got like a reddish orange type color to it. Very cool looking little okra. And I just love okra so much that I gotta grow all of it. Okay, here's something that was really fun that I found, and it's a Yugoslavian finger fruit squash. That's what it's called, Yugoslavian finger fruit. Now I mentioned how this thing looked kind of crazy. Really, if you thought of like a patty pan squash that had a bunch of fingers on it and they just kind of went wherever they wanted to, that's what it looks like. So like a flying saucer squash with fingers off of the flying saucer outer edge of it like this. But it's super cool squash. I'm all about collecting squash this year. I don't know why, but I'm just, all the squash I can get, I'm grabbing it all. Let's jump into beans, because actually beans is something I bought the most of when I went to the website there. And they had a rattlesnake bean. Everybody knows rattlesnake beans are pretty cool. They're an interesting bean that it's pretty mainstream, I would say, but it's getting more popularity, so I had to get some of those. I got a yard-long bean. I've been getting into yard-long beans recently. I never really grew them before, but now I see them and they're really cool. You grow these super massive long beans. Just pretty interesting and fun. So we got a black trute bean. Probably said that wrong. But I'm all about collecting beans and squash this year. Seems to be two of the things I'm buying the most of. This is a Christmas lima bean. Just trying to mix it up a little bit. You can't just grow all the regular beans. And then the other thing, all the rage going on right now is cave beans since they've been discovered. And this one is actually a New Mexican cave bean that they grow and sell there. So I grabbed those. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty interesting. Ah! Okay. Don't mind me, I just had a little accident. A bunch of seeds everywhere. Story of my life, right? Alright, we got an apple green eggplant. So when I looked up the apple green eggplant, and what would make it interesting for me was that it grows good in cooler climates. Hello! It's snowing outside right now, so, you know, something like that can handle a little bit of cooler temperatures. That's really good to have. So this little apple green is like a little apple. I mean, it looks like an apple eggplant. You can eat the skin and everything. So really cool looking little eggplant. And I like eggplant. I enjoy quite a bit of eggplant. So, you know, something else I had to grab. And then I got this Negrella. That's an herb. Something I've never grown because I've never heard of it. So bunch of this stuff will be going in that seed swap envelope, so a lot of people will be getting a lot of these. Let's see, I got some cabbage. I got regular old red acre cabbage, kind of common around here, and then mammoth red rock cabbage. So just expanding the cabbage varieties. Let's see, leaf crops. Let's get into that. I got some radicho, rosella chicory. Interesting greens that I don't really have much experience with, so I'm always trying to find new, especially when it comes to greens, because you can eat greens a lot, and they're one of the few things that can sort of survive in this greenhouse in the winter. The New Zealand spinach, I already showed that in my last video, a picture of it. That looks really cool to me. I'm really into it, so I'm really looking forward to growing some of that this year. Then I got some arugula. You gotta have a little spice when you get your greens. Arugula gets that little peppery type spice kick to it, so arugula is something really good to grow and then mix it into your salads and all your kind of green stuff that you do. Just give it a little bit of a kick of flavor. Ended up grabbing a couple different kinds of onions to mix it up a little bit. So I got this buncheon onion that's called Warrior Buncheon. And you know, anything that has warriors gotta be good, right? Like, ridiculous I am at times. And a capellini red onion. Capellini? We all know I'm saying it wrong, but a red onion, because the red onions are really, really good. I enjoy the red onions probably more than like a white onion. Red and yellow, probably the best ones. So, cucumbers. I got a regular old pickled cucumber. Like I said, one of the things we did when we started canning was make pickles. We pickled just about every single thing that we grew. A lot of pickled stuff. So, gotta get some more pickling cucumbers so we can pickle some more cucumbers. And the kids love pickles, so. We got a white Armenian cucumber, which is like a regular old Armenian cucumber. If you've ever seen them, they're kind of long, they kind of got the ridges around them. But this one's white, so different. Let's talk about peppers. I got some hot peppers from these guys. They got some orange Thai peppers. I mean, it sounds like it's gonna burn your mouth, right? And then I got this Ajay pineapple pepper. So the thing about this Ajay pineapple pepper that interested me was that it has this really cool looking lime green color, but then they say it actually has a hint of pineapple flavor in it. I like pineapple a lot. I like the flavor of it. So really interested me to have like a tropical type flavor in a pepper. Definitely different, right? Right? I'm telling you, it's different. Go there, find some stuff there. A lot of interesting things they got. Alright, so the first tomato I got is Bill's Breeder. Now, Bill Kerr is a guy in South Africa who is the leading seed breeder in all of South Africa. This tomato that he bred actually won the best tasting tomato. I believe it was 2013 in all of South Africa. So it's got some accolades behind it, guys. And it's also by this massive seed breeder. So imagine a Wild Boards Farm type breeder guy, right? So top of the game, top of the chain. You can pick up one of his specialty tomatoes. And it is a yellow tomato, sort of like a pineapple tomato, which is one of my favorites. So when I seen that it was a you know, mild flavor yellow tomato, I knew it was for my collection. I just had to have it. These are called egg yolk because they have like a bright yellow color, like an egg yolk color. And they're supposed to be pretty heavy producers, and kind of like a cherry tomato. And they're supposed to be crack free, which, you know, that's always good to have because we get a little bit of rain here after a few hot days, and a lot of our tomatoes that we grow crack, and it makes them harder to deal with, right? So having one that has more crack resistant is a really good thing to have. All right, guys, good job. You've made it this far. We are on the last thing that I got, and this is something that interested me for a few different reasons. This is a vine peach melon. So these are like smaller melons. They're really good for trellising. Us urban folks, we need to trellis a lot, and anything that can grow in trellis is a friend of ours because it really helps with space. So they're like a smaller yellowish melon with like a white flesh, and they say that they have a mango type flavor. So I can't grow mangoes up here, but I sure as heck could grow some melons up here. So I'm going to give these a shot and let's see. They do say they have like a low sugar content, so you're also looking for like a lower sugar type of fruit. This could be for you. Look at this, guys. We are hitting on everything. We're hitting all sorts of things. So you guys know, you got to go check this website out. The Seedstead. You know, we got to... My wife said, what, do you just put stead after everything and it counts for homesteading? Yes, it does. Alright, so that's the seed haul, guys. Lots of cool stuff, lots of unique varieties to go check out. If you guys haven't been over to that website, I will of course link it down below. Get over there, because there's going to be some things on there you're not going to find anywhere else, and you're going to want to pick them up and add them to your collection or your hoard, however you're calling it. I won't judge because I have my own seed hoard, so you know, judgment-free zone when it comes to seed hoarding, and right here on this channel. Alright guys, that's all I got for you! You did it! You made it to the end! Be bold, grow bold, and as always, I'll see you guys in the very next video!